Mouth! Mouth!
I'm gonna Willis out of here.
Mouth!
You got an empty chamber in that gun.
Mouth!
Put an empty chamber in that gun.
I thought there were more slaps in that. It's confusing it with Mo from the Stooges. That was from the great, you know what, Deer Hunter. That might be the most intense scene in the history of film. If you haven't seen it, you're really gay. Remember that one, Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
God. Then they're dropping them in the water, and there's rats, and they're in bamboo cages and crap. Reminded me of my trip to Sandals with my wife. And
All inclusive.
all-inclusive rat bites. Fucking turds. Excuse me. Speaking of turds, the Red Sox blew one last night. They kept going back. This is why Fenway is the best park in the history of baseball, because you can be up by 6 runs and you don't feel safe. That goes for the Red Sox, for whoever they're playing. You're not safe. You're just not safe. There's so many weird things. How many ballparks have a ladder going up a wall that's been there since, fucking Bill put out a fire in 1933? It's just insane. And they were losing. Then they have a big, bottom of the 8th. They go up 7-4. Everybody thinks it's fucking over. Top of the 9th, they get the first couple guys, so there's 2 outs, 1 more out. They went 7-4. Next 2 guys get on. Next guy comes up, and the announcer goes, "This is the guy that caused the error last inning that let the Red Sox go get. He could redeem himself." Ping! What's he do? Puts one over the fucking monster, ties it up, and then Texas goes on to win. They are defending world champs. And Sox did take 2 out of 3, but Jesus, they blew that one. I was really upset. I drank all night and got in a fight with 2 midgets. What?
Who won?
The midgets kicked my ass. I was drunk. All right, folks. What is it? It's the last day of the week for us. It's a Thursday. And I guess we'll get right to it. I'm having trouble doing research for this show or reading articles because of the gaslighting that's going on at a level I have never seen in my goddamn life. I just, she's up in this, she's up in the battleground. If you're believing this shit, I don't know. New York Times today, there's an article about how they're letting in all these illegals are registering to vote and are going to change the electorate. Well, if the Republicans are doing their jobs or whatever, or people who monitor fair elections, that won't work. But there's millions of them. The left has finally blown their load. This is their money shot. They've been pointing at this moment for 60 years to replace old Whitey. I didn't know it was going to be when I was 62. They were going to pull the trigger to get us out of the fucking way and bring in all these third worlders and load them up on social safety nets until the system collapses and you taxpayers pay for all this and just piss all over you and replace you. And it's happening. This is their move. They've been building up to this. And the fact that Obama didn't jump on the bandwagon still gives me hope about Doofus, who hasn't had a press conference yet. So-called Kamala, the first, possible black female president. Don't say that. You're a racist if you call her a DEI hire. So they got to be excited. Now they got the convention coming up. And I think you'll see some Hamas anti-Israel people. They already started some shit, I guess, while they're preparing for the thing. So I'm just saying, obviously they try to kill Trump. They try to jail him. So they're going to do what they have to do to win. We're not going to know who the outcome of this election till, I would say, New Year's Eve of 2028, 29. Anyways, First story today, if I turn on the goddamn teleprompter. Great Walz of China. You get it? W-A-L-Z. Your sister's ass. Dallas has his own rim shot sounds. Ties between the Chinese Communist Party and Minnesota Governor Timmy Walz Look at this fucker. Oh, he's got teeth in this picture. We always see a picture of him now. He's got no upper bottom, just his little tongue sticking out like the snake that he is. What a big girl he is. He's a phony left-wing American hate piece of garbage. Don't let him fool you. Anyways, Tim Walz are becoming more alarming with Breitbart News senior contributor Peter Schweitzer revealing that the VP hopeful is connected to secret police stations that the Chinese have here in the United States. We talked about him on this show, did we not, Dallas? We did months ago. During Schweitzer's latest appearance on Breitbart News Daily, Walz was accused of being connected to a group called Minnesota Global. Well, that gives it away. That is allegedly tied. It's very easy. If you see a politician in global, the word global, he's a fucking enemy of the state. That is allegedly tied to a secret Chinese police station in the Twin Cities. Only police station where you can get arrested, they put you in the pen, and you still can have broccoli and kitten. Kitten? Schweitzer said these stations cooperate with Chinese intelligence in order to intimidate Chinese that are living in the United States that don't like the CCP or are critical of the CCP.
我们之前说过91号是谁？手上有。
Can you imagine? You leave your country, you can't even badmouth it. They take the shit personally. They fucking follow you. In April of 2023, New York police arrested 2 men for allegedly setting up a secret police station in order to collect information on opponents of the CCP. Harry Liu Zhangwang, there he is, seen here at the Friolator, 61 years old, of the Bronx, and Chen Jinping. Hey, isn't the president Jinping? Xi Jinping, right? Yeah. I guess Xi Jinping's like Ting Fak Tao in our country. 59 years old, of Manhattan, are both U.S. citizens accused of working with Chinese government officials to commit transnational repression. And who hasn't been victim of that? According to Laura Harth, a woman seen here who I think's IA. Nobody looks like that has brains. Oh, my aching stem. Pee-pee. A campaign director with Spain-based human rights non-governmental. She works for an NGO. That makes her ugly. Safeguard Defenders. That's the name of it. They've identified 122 Chinese police service stations. Not gas stations. Police service stations. Operating across 53 countries. It's sort of like Papa John's. What happens is they will literally go around and visit people, and they'll go up to Chinese people who they know came over here and go, hey, you need to shut up.
Shut up!
It sounds much better in Italian.
Shut up! Shut up!
Going on to refer to one alleged CCP police outpost in the Twin Cities, Schweitzer said it is tied to a group, get this, called Minnesota Global, which is a Tim Walz organization. I'll repeat that. It's a Tim Walz organization, and it has connections to Chinese police stations, secret ones over here, that are, of course, staffed by the Chinese government over there. Right there, that should be enough to disqualify the scumbag. Never mind that he ran away from... I was thinking about how he ran away from his military. Look, there's that picture. Look at that. It's like he's got looks like he just took communion, but the host is a little meaty thing. Look at that snake tongue. No teeth on the top. How can you trust him? Now, Tim Walz in 2020 and since 2020 has talked ad nauseum about the abuse by the police, the Twin City police, the local Minneapolis police, about their terrible behavior with regards to how they arrest people. But not a bad word about this, huh?
Who said that?
Who do you think?
Who the fuck said that?
Sister
Who's
Christian.
the communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
Tim Walz. Snake tongue fuckface. I can't believe this is even a competition. After what we went through with Biden and this douchebag broad for the last 4 years, I can't even believe, and it's not. It's all an illusion. The truth is they're going to try to steal anyways, but don't believe any of the headlines except for mine. I have not found one criticism that Tim Walz had of this Chinese secret police station that's operating in the Twin Cities. That's what Schweitzer said. Meanwhile, he badmouths the Minneapolis police. And how about defunding the Chinese police station? Let's reimagine them as American police. That was pretty good. Might have to give that to somebody. Probably my mechanic in Nissan. I'll keep doing that. It bugs people and they go, it's racist. whatever. J.D. Vance yesterday sort of took an interview with, I don't know what it was, Fox Digital or something like that. I don't even know what the fuck that is. But he took some questions, unlike the jerk-off he's running against, or his, running mate, Kamala. They haven't had a press conference yet. Even Jim Acosta yesterday, hey, my ear, I don't know why, but this one just got like it was not even on, and now it's on beautifully. Unless my ear just plugged. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Might be a tumor. Hey, I'm feeling woozy. Anyway, so yeah, he takes questions like Trump does. They'll stop and talk to anybody. Do you realize this douchebag hasn't had a press conference? And Jim Costa was talking to one of her spokesmen and said, hey, and he literally goes, you guys ever going to have a press conference? And that shitty attitude of his. And the guy gave him some fucking bullshit answer. And he goes, yeah, that's not what I asked. Are you going to have do you know how fucked up, how far left you have to be to have Jim Acosta lose his patience with you? And you're a fucking Democrat? Are you sucking my teeth? Let's, first question they said, people, I guess they said to JD, people were complaining a little about you guys talking about, personal things about Kamala, like a race and shit. Here's what he said.
Well, I think if you tune into a Donald Trump rally, or you tune into the 64-minute press conference that he gave, where he was really answering a lot of hostile questions,
just a tiny bit.
He is talking about public policy. He's talking about the ways in which Kamala Harris's government has failed the American people, and he's talking about his vision for how to get America back on track. Right? We've got to drill to lower the costs of energy and lower the costs of everything else. We've got to shut down that illegal fentanyl trafficking across the American southern border. We've got to do all of these things to restore peace and prosperity.
Why are you calling her an Indian bitch? He didn't really address it, but Trump was right when he says, he goes, yeah, she gets in front of a black crowd, she's black. She didn't mention it the first 8 issues in politics. So I don't know why he's being interviewed at a AutoZone. It's kind of fucking weird. Then they asked him about Walz is talking about his military record and vice versa, and they got into all that shit.
Well, look, I think Tim for his service as well, but that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about denigrating his service. We're talking about denigrating the lies that he told about that service. And I think it's important for American veterans and the American people writ large to know that Kamala Harris chose as her vice president a person who said, I carried weapons in war, when he never went to war. And he said that he retired as a command sergeant major, when he didn't. This is not about his service record. This is about his integrity, and importantly, about Kamala Harris's judgment in selecting a running mate who clearly doesn't have the integrity to tell the American people the truth. And if you're willing to lie about your service record for political benefit, what are you willing to do? I think a lot that we don't want happening in an American vice president.
Yes, sir. He nailed that one. Okay? When you think about it, Trump has actually taken more live fire than Tim Walz. Ever think of that? Ever think of that, Mike? That's the way Pop wanted it. Not the way I wanted it. Not like I'm dumb, I'm smart. Like everybody says. I work on those impressions when I'm on the turlet. Final question. They talk about, these guys are trying to label you and Trump and the MAGA people as weird. What do you think of that?
Attack from the Democrats since you were named as the running mate. They call you weird. They call you creepy.
Creepy. Guy's a good-looking guy in a suit.
So your favorable ratings are underwater. Do they have an argument there?
I think that
just to jerk off Fox News. Even that's how. Don't even think Fox is conservative for a second. I mean, they do a better job than most networks, but don't call him conservative for a second. The guy asking it almost sounds like he could have been at CNN. They're calling you weird. That's kind of true, right? I mean, that's the implication. Sorry, I'm looking at Dallas because that's how it used to work. You were right above the, whatever. I feel lonely. Anyways, let him speak. I don't know what I'm talking about.
What we're going to do in this race is we're going to keep on focusing on how to make the American people's lives better, the vision that Donald Trump and I have.
How about a hand job with every cheeseburger?
The successful record that Donald Trump had in delivering low inflation, prosperity, and peace all over the world. The Democrats are going to call people a lot of names. Look, the Democrats are frankly calling the American people a lot of names for believing in common sense things. We're going to keep on pushing on common sense. The Democrats can call me whatever they want. I signed up for it. I'm here to make the American people's lives better.
I wish he said they can call me anything they want, but just don't call me late for dinner. I would have fucking voted for him when I'm supposed to vote. I would have said, that guy's funny. Meemaw. That's what he called his grandmother, Meemaw. They grew up in Appalachia. Should have called him Hee-Haw. What? You heard me, Dick Cheese. Anyways, a terrifying doorbell video has captured, what's the name of the story? Slots and Shots. Why am I not doing the titles? Since we went to the new. Terrifying doorbell video has captured the moment a Florida couple was ambushed, shot, and robbed just outside their home after hitting a slot machine jackpot at a casino. So this is where we are now in America. You can't even hit a slot machine without some creeps following you home. I bet you they were Polish, Irish, and Dutch.
Delicious.
Delicious. I burped in a tunnel. Did you hear that? Kim Chambliss and her boyfriend, Val de la Cruz, were targeted by two masked assailants soon after they cashed their $3,300 winnings at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa on August 2nd. How much time do you have on your hands when you can sit around, watch other people playing the slots, and then follow them out? I mean, wouldn't it have been easy to get a real job? Thugless fuckstains. Seriously. This is terrifying. These ring cams have become the new... Where's that show on the ID network? That's true. Right? Ring cam. I mean, a lot of them already feature ring cams, but, you know, they have one called Text Me When You Get Home. It's about women who are always getting fucked up after they meet somebody on the internet and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, here's the video, and it's kind of frightening. This is America.
The chilling Ring doorbell video captures Val de la Cruz, who was shot in both legs.
Don't you move, you
pleading with the
motherfucker! I'll
suspect
blow your
standing
brains out.
over him with two guns.
That's the victims. Oh, the interracial couple.
And it was only $3,300 too.
I know, but you can't wait around. I know. That's enough. There we go. That's what I wanted to get to, the two Irish guys. There they are, straight from Dublin. Wow, they look so different than the 6 million other thugs we've seen over the last 10 years doing shit like this, don't they? I'm probably going to guess you'll see them in the final exhibition game for the Rams and the Eagles, and they'll... whatever. I mean, what the fuck, fellas? And again, I you don't want to blame the parents, but what did you guys do? Just leave these babies all over the sidewalks and shit to fend for themselves? What the fuck? How much longer does America have to deal with this shit? We've paid for slavery 150 million times over. There's your reparations. Now here's Phil with sports. Hi, Tulane girls hockey team had a guy on it today who scored 41 goals. The two alleged perps, later identified as Kevin McDonald and Stu McGillicuddy. No, Marcus Jenkins, that sounds like an NFL player, and Tristan Wright, both 34 and 36, had watched the couple gamble and play the slots for roughly 2 hours before tailing them home just before 5 a.m., the cops said. Let me ask you a question. First of all, when I watch Casino and you hit the thing, Rickles, who's the floor manager, goes, let's go in the back and we'll take care of this privately. You don't want people seeing you. Now I see why. But you guys, you thugs, why? I mean, if you're going to do that, why not just like follow them out to the car and take it there? Why go to a house where there's cameras and you're going to, well, there's cameras in the park. Yeah, but it's a huge casino with a huge parking lot. I mean, you could have done it elsewhere. Now you guys are going to have to stay in a cell and get 3 squares a day. Oh, that's right. That's what you wanted. I'm sorry. That all happened just before 5 a.m. A screaming Chambliss who took a bullet to the back of the leg could be seen scrambling to get in the front door as the gunshots rang out. The doorbell video friggin' shows. Ow, my leg! Her boyfriend, who collapsed in the doorway after being shot in both legs, was seen pleading with the two perps as they towered over the top of him. I ran and fell in the door, and the other guy came out and shot me again for the third time in my left leg, Dela Cruz said as he recalled the terror. The suspects fled the scene moments after the ambush with the couple's cash, as well as a watch and a purse. The suspects were later tracked down and arrested, spending it all at a Waffle House. No, and arrested after investigators reviewed surveillance footage from the casino. Whatever. Life under Biden. Whatever. Anyways, for those of you guys on Mug Club, stick around for the rest of the show. The rest of you go to nicktip.com to sign up for Mug Club. You know what I'm saying? You do that, you'll get the rest of my show. You get the Steven Crowder's full show, which is unbelievable, and a whole lot more. Every once in a while, Alex Jones is in there, and Brian Callen. You get a ton for your money. So please do that. And also, while you're there, click on the tour button. You'll see September 27th, I'll be at Wise Guys in Jordan Landing, Utah. I don't know if that's the same Wise Guys I did before, if they have two of them, or I don't remember the Jordan Landing part. And then the next 2 nights after that, September 28 and 29, in Vegas with all my buddies, Joe List and his crew, Big J, I think, Louis Gomez. I think those are Skankfest guys, right? I'll be at Skankfest in Las Vegas, September 28 and 29. So I'll pick up some change there and be robbed at the La Quinta Inn they're going to put me up at. All righty then. And also, second half of the show today, I'll be talking about what some woman said. She's on some council in Potsdam, Pennsylvania, town board member, some hateful, ugly left-wing bitch, you know, who said something horrible for Trump. Even in today's world, it got me shot. Also, why raw dogging? That used to be not putting a condom on when you picked up a schvish. But now it's... You know what raw dogging is? You get on a plane without a booker, you stare at the back of the seat in front of you the whole flight. Apparently that's bad for your health somehow, which is even stupider than raw dogging. I'd rather take the old definition, bang a hooker from the Dominican Republic with anal fissures before I'd stare at the back seat. All that anyways on the second half of the show.
Hi, good night everybody.